The production of money is an everyday concern for most individuals in the present era, where money plays a dominant role in various aspects of our lives. Despite the rise of digital currency, physical money continues to hold significant importance. Have you ever wondered how these tangible commodities are manufactured? To begin, let us transport ourselves back approximately 1,400 years to the 7th century, where the first banknote-like instrument emerged in China. However, it wasn't until almost 400 years later, during the Song dynasty in the 11th century, that true paper money was introduced. Explorers and merchants from the West embraced this concept and brought it to Europe and other parts of the world, leading to the growing popularity of paper money. By the late 18th century, paper money had been adopted by most countries, replacing the exchange of metals in trade. Over time, numerous iterations and additions have been implemented to enhance security and prevent forgery. Remarkably, almost every country has developed its own unique security features for their currency. Similar to earning money, the process of making money is far from simple. Printing money in a factory involves an extensive list of procedures executed by both humans and robots. Although most currency notes are made from paper, modern-day currencies also incorporate polymer banknotes. However, paper money is not crafted from ordinary paper derived from wood pulp. Instead, it is composed of cotton paper mixed with approximately 20% linen, barkers, or other textile materials to enhance durability and resistance to wear and tear. To further strengthen the currency notes, they are infused with polyvinyl alcohol or gelatin instead of water, which is commonly used in conventional paper. Interestingly, polymer notes were initially introduced in the 1980s but faced challenges such as ink fading, which hindered their continuity. However, after significant research and development, Australia successfully introduced polymer banknotes, which have been adopted by more countries since then. Surprisingly, in the early 2000s, it was revealed that in some cases, the cost of manufacturing polymer notes exceeded the actual value of the currency itself. This intriguing revelation sheds light on the intricate nature of producing money. Now, let us delve into the manufacturing process. The first step involves design and engraving. In the United States, these notes are meticulously hand-designed by exceptionally skilled artists and designers. The master die is then painstakingly hand-cut by engravers using various tools. Interestingly, every time the leader of a country changes, the signatures are engraved by hand, referencing different sources to ensure accuracy and authenticity. The next step is creating the master printing plate. Once the master plate is completed, it undergoes inspection, heating, and a thin plastic sheet is pressed into it to obtain a raised impression of the full design. The die is then stored using the plastic, and additional processes are followed to manufacture the master printing plate used for printing. Each country employs its own unique processes for currency designs, incorporating various elements to enhance security. Finally, the paper manufacturing stage comes into play. As previously mentioned, banknote papers differ from typical writing papers. Each country adopts its own methods for producing banknote papers, often involving the combination of cotton pulp with other fiber materials in an in-house paper manufacturing process. In the course of incorporating security features, the inclusion of security threads becomes paramount. Security threads, often resembling ribbons, are a prevalent characteristic found on most paper currencies. Their primary purpose is to safeguard the note against counterfeiting. Typically running vertically and woven into the paper, these threads are visible only at certain points when observed from one side. However, when held against light, a continuous line is revealed. These security threads can be crafted from various materials, ranging from metal to plastic, and are available in different widths and colors. Furthermore, these embedded threads may even possess microprintings and additional attributes such as fluorescence under ultraviolet light. Together with watermarks, security threads are the two most common elements during the paper manufacturing process that aid the public in recognizing authentic currency notes. Moving on to the printing procedures, currency notes undergo a series of layers to achieve their final appearance. Contrary to popular belief, money is not printed in a single step. Instead, multiple printing processes are employed, depending on the desired color and design. Here, we will elaborate on 3 of the most prevalent printing techniques utilized for currency notes. Firstly, offset printing is employed as the initial layer of printing on the in-house manufactured paper. Utilizing a specialized printing press capable of producing high-precision color patterns on both sides simultaneously, The background design is the first element to be printed using dry offset. This process not only ensures accurate alignment of front and back designs or see-through patterns, but also serves as a security measure against counterfeiting. The precision of the print makes duplicating the notes exceedingly challenging. This efficient and secure method is followed by intaglio printing. Unlike offset printing, intaglio printing is a relatively recent technique. This method is employed to add prints of various portraits and raised designs to the surface. The desired design is engraved onto a rotating master plate, which is then coated with ink. A wiper removes any excess ink from the plate's surface, leaving ink only within the engraved recesses of the design. The sheet, which has already undergone offset printing, is then fed into the press. As it passes through the master plaster cylinder and an impressively sturdy cylinder, the paper is subjected to immense pressure of approximately 15,000 psi. This pressure forces the paper into the engraved recesses of the printing plate, picking up the ink and resulting in a raised imprint of the design. This tactile feature provides a distinct texture to the notes, enhancing security. With this technique, approximately 10,000 sheets can be printed per hour. Lastly, the third and final printing process is letterpress printing. At every stage of currency production, a comprehensive inspection is conducted, ensuring only flawless notes progress to this printing stage. Using the letterpress method, serial numbers and signatures are printed. Specialized systems are implemented to prevent any errors, particularly with the serial numbers. Any notes that are rejected before reaching this stage are promptly destroyed to eliminate the possibility of misuse. Did you know that the design of the $1 bill has remained unchanged for over 5 decades? Not only that, it is also one of the most frequently printed banknotes in the United States. Once the printing process is completed, a meticulous inspection ensues before moving on to the cutting and packaging stage. The sheets are carefully stacked in bundles of 100 and then sliced into 16 separate stacks, with each containing 100 bills. This precise operation is carried out using a vertical guillotine knife. Afterward, each stack is securely wrapped in a paper band and subjected to a final visual examination. Following this, the stacks are meticulously shrink-wrapped with plastic, forming bundles of 10. These bundles are subsequently consolidated, at a time, to create what is known as a brick. These bricks are handled with utmost care and dispatched to various reserve banks and agencies, ultimately reaching the public's hands. While we are undoubtedly progressing towards a digital era, it is important to acknowledge the enduring value of physical currency. With the advent of modern technologies and techniques, the replication of paper money has become increasingly challenging. Nonetheless, it is always prudent to verify the authenticity of any currency, particularly when dealing with higher denominations. Both digital and physical forms of money possess their own set of advantages and disadvantages. Digital money has revolutionized convenience in conducting sizable transactions, whereas physical currency offers universal accessibility without the need for specialized devices or cards. When employed judiciously, both forms can greatly enhance the convenience and ease of people's lives. We would greatly appreciate hearing your thoughts on the printing process and how advancements in technology can further augment the security of physical currency. Feel free to share your insights in the comments section below and subscribe to be notified for future educational videos.